Our first animal is the African bee-eater, named as such because these colourful birds can catch bees in midair. We've gathered data on the bee-eaters flying through two feeding sites, A and B, and entered the numbers into our Venn diagram. This symbol means union. To find the union of A and B, we'll include all the numbers found in both sets. This means our combined set will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 11. So the union, represented by this symbol, of A and B represents all the data for our bee-eaters. The next animals we're observing are elephants from a close-knit family group. We've collected data on the elephants visiting two watering holes A and B. This time we're looking for the complement of the union of A and B. This means we want to find the elephants that were not at either watering hole during the time we observed them. By examining our Venn diagram, we find that the answer is elephant 12. He was not present at watering holes A or B during our observations, so the complement of the union of A and B represents the elements outside of both of the given sets. Next, let's meet three lions from one of the prides in the park: Cleo, Kiana and Jess. We've gathered data on where they reside when the day is at its hottest. For this example, we're interested in the intersection of A and B, as that's what this symbol means, which represents days when the lions were found in both areas and where elements from our sets overlap, so are included in both. By reading the data from our Venn diagram, we can see that the number we're looking for is 7. So on day 7, they visited both areas to rest and stay out of the sun. So the intersection of A and B includes the elements common to both sets. Finally, we have some meerkats. A group of meerkats is called a mob, a gang, or a clan. We've recorded data on meerkat gang rivalries in neighbouring territories to find out which of these meerkats is causing the most trouble. This time, we want to find the complement of the intersection of A and B. This represents the meerkats involved in rivalries in either one of the territories, or neither, but not both. So the complement of the intersection of A and B represents the elements not common to both sets. We're going to finish up with two bonus examples where we'll review what we've just learnt by practicing with two Venn diagrams. The universal set contains all the even numbers between 7 and 18, which would be 8, 10, 12 and 14. Set A contains 4, 6, 9, 13 and 16, and set B contains 2, 6, 5, 11 and 18. And we've been asked to find some certain numbers. So let's go through what each of our questions means one by one, and then we'll find their simple answers. So our first question, we know that A union B means all of the elements contained within sets A and B when we join them together. Therefore, the answer, A union B, is 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 13, 16 and 18. All of the elements from both sets A and B. Next, we've been asked for the complement of A and B, or A union B. So all our numbers in the universal set that are not in the union of sets A and B. And this leaves us with the rest of the numbers in the universal set, 8, 10, 12 and 14. Last one, this means the union of A and B, but without A. From B, we get 2, 6, 5, 11 and 18, while skipping 6 because it's shared with A. Then from the rest of our numbers, 8, 10, 12 and 14. Okay, our very final example. I'm trying to make this one look hard by adding a third set, C. However, really I'm doing this to show you that it's not really that much harder, it just looks it. So something to notice is that we now have extra intersects between A and C and B and C, but also a central one where numbers shared by A, B and C reside. And we've been asked to find B union C, and then we've been asked to find the complement of C. So B union C contains all the elements that are in set B and C, giving us 2, 5, 7, 10, 11, 13, 14 and 19. And then for the very last question, the complement of C contains all the elements in the universal set that are not in set C. So for us, that's basically anything in A and B that isn't also in C. 2, 4, 6, 11, 14 and 18.